Hey, this is C&D channel. I'm Chris. This is Dave, and this is MMA for you. We're going to be doing our predictions for Invicta Fighting Championship, the very first card. It's going to happen on April 28th, and it's going to be streamed on www.invictafc.com, their website. What are your thoughts, man, about the first female card here?
Well, again, it's the first female call, and I've been wanting that happen for a while. We have the discussion before about women's MMA. You here don't think it's gonna be, not demanding for the whole entire women's show. I always think it's something there and something can doable, and I'm really hoping to watch this, and then maybe this is gonna show people that with all women's car can work.
Yeah, man. It was founded by Janet Martin and Shannon Knapp. But the thing is, I'm a supporter of women's MMA, but I'm also a realist, man. It's just
Here we go, the realistic topic again. I don't know, man. I think it's possible.
I think Knapp can show me, and prove me wrong, but I do feel that there's something to be said about women's fights being held alongside men's fights. That's the thing. I think there's some sort of novelty appeal to it, and a full women's card, I just don't know if it's going to be successful or not.
Yeah, I see what you're saying there. Definitely for male fighter that they were looking for, MMA, UFC, the big men card more.
Mm-hmm.
If once in a while you have a woman's card, that's great.
Mm-hmm.
I still think there are women audience. There are guys who love to watch women's as well. Women's basketball have people watching. So as
bad example. Should say women's tennis at least.
fine. Well, there's still people watching, so I think it's doable. But disregard all that. Let's see today's fight. Cards.
Yeah, as far as the fight card goes, too, you do have some of the top female fighters on here. I did a lot of research, or tried to at least. I was checking to see some of these fights. A lot. Some of these women I only got to saw like one fight. Sometimes it's a loss even. So research. It's tough to it's tough to go by because you never know what changed with these women since the last time, like say I saw them fight. So that's the thing. So it'll be very interesting to see how this card goes. Let's get started.
Absolutely. First fight.
Okay, Marloes, Rumina Coenen versus Romy Ruyssen. And just to tell you, some of these nicknames, man, they're pretty clever. I gotta say.
Well, I agree.
Mm-hmm. Well, I got Marloes Coenen winning this one. She has way more experience than Ruyssen. Former Strikeforce bantamweight champion. She's fought Chris Cyborg, Misha Tate. She's the only person so far to beat Sarah Kaufman by armbar from her back. Her kickboxing is solid. She trains with the Golden Glory team. She has that Dutch style like kickboxing. She's tall for the weight class. It's good Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu as well, on top and in full guard. Does have some weaknesses on the ground though when she's on dominant, or when her opponent's in dominant position. Otherwise, I think she should win this fight.
Alright, I mean, I unfortunately did not pick, Kuna because, like you just mentioned, the weakness on the, on the ground.
Mm-hmm.
So, I pick obviously, Romy, because Romy is dominant on the ground.
Mm-hmm.
The takedown attack is pretty strong.
Mm-hmm.
Strong BJJ like Kuna, but
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But the thing is, like, even though it's the same BJJ with Kuna, but my girl Romy has a better, takedown attack. So I would assume she would try to take Kuna down, get the points, win by the decision. Go for that.
Does worry me when I did see Romy fight. she would go for a takedown immediately,
Armbar.
cast aside.
I mean, her armbar is
Yeah.
amazing too, you know.
Yeah, that's the thing. But first, she'd get a dominant position from like a side mount or whatnot once she completed her takedown. Makes me worried for Coenen, who has notoriously bad takedown defense. That's the thing. They fought already. Coenen won that one by armbar.
But that's a long time ago, man. That's a long time ago. When was that?
I think that was only like Romy's like second fight or something. I'm not 100% sure, but it was a while ago, I think.
Yeah, I think Romy won. I mean, of course, it's just assumption, but she has been armbar people left and right. Her skill
all in the first round. Yeah.
Exactly. First one ever to pass the second round. Her BJJ is good, it's solid, so I don't think Coenen can take any advantage of that. Her takedown, offense is good, so I really think Romy, if anything, has a chance on there.
Cool. Okay, next fight after that, we have Jessica Penne versus Lisa Ellis-Ward.
I check Lisa again. She has a 14-7 record. I know the winning ratio is only 50%, but you gotta understand she has a 10 submission, 4 decision. I take her because again on the ground BJJ. I think she has more experience than Jessica.
Right?
But I know they are the same style, but I think she just have a little bit more experience.
Yeah, Jessica Penne, I got her. She trains here at Rain MMA, really close here in Lake Forest. Her only losses is Zola Gorgel, 8-1 record. She's also a submission specialist as well. If I'm not mistaken, she's also one of the trainers at Rain from the video I saw with her. I think her stand-up's going to be a little stronger than Ellis-Ward's, to be honest. I've never been impressed with Ellis-Ward's stand-up, to be honest. And Penne does have some notable wins over Sally Krumdiack, who's fighting on this card, and Angela Magana. Of course, Ellis-Ward's beating like Jessica Aguilar, who's really coming up. Even in Bellator, I thought Aguilar beat Gurgel, and Aguilar beat Ellis-Ward later on, and Nicdali. So both of them have some notable wins and some notable fights. They fought some pretty good competition. Very interesting that they're both mostly well known as submission specialists. I'm curious to see what the ground game is here.
Absolutely.
Is going to be like. I got Penne, you got Ellis-Ward.
Yeah, I think Ellis-Ward has a chance, but I do agree with you. Jessica does have her advantage. I just think it might have a little bit more experience.
Cool. Next fight after that, we have Liz Girlrilla Carmouche.
Here we go. Gorilla.
Girlrilla versus Ashleigh Curry.
Oh, interesting nickname.
Yeah.
Well, I like Gorilla.
Yeah, you like Gorilla, man.
Absolutely. I mean, her record 5-2 record, 3 KO, TKO, 1 submission, only 28 years old, and trained pretty cool camp, right?
Team Hurricane, awesome. Among other gyms, actually. But yeah, I hate that name, by the way, Hurricane Awesome. It just doesn't sit well with me. She's gonna fight Ashleigh Curry though. 1-0 undefeated record. She's only 26, never been past the first round. Also, she's a southpaw, which is going to be really interesting. And she has pro boxing experience as well. So, you definitely... But with Carmouche, I mean, her only losses are to Sarah Kaufman and Marloes Coenen.
No,
she's
two big name.
Yeah. Carmouche... Bull in the clinch. I mean, her clinch game is very strong. Her wrestling game, it's just definitely a striker versus grappler matchup. And Carmouche should be able to take this fight to the ground and win there, or else get the clinch, then take it to the ground and win there as well.
I mean, she's on a 2-5 winning streak.
Losing streak.
Sorry. And I think.
But it's only to those two top female fighters.
Exactly. I mean, that's the only reason. So I think definitely it's a chance for her to redeem herself.
For sure, man. For sure. Okay, next fight after that, we have Vanessa Mariscal stepping up in short notice, filling in for Shayna Rock Solid Nelson versus Sarah the Monster Delalio.
The monster.
The Monster, yep.
Yep.
I got the Monster, man. Who do you got?
I kind of cute little Vanessa.
Yeah, I got Vanessa, huh? What's special about Vanessa, man?
Well, I know you take out the monster. I mean, you like a monster anyway. But anyway,
Mm-hmm.
Vanessa 2-0 undefeated.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, two submission, and both with a rear naked choke.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, that is very impressive. A rear naked choke it's one very deadly, submission, and if you use it well, I mean, I can see, she adding again on the your monster, choke out the monster. But disregard her BJJ is very good.
Mm-hmm.
It's one medal, man.
Yeah.
I mean, my win medal. What do you win?
Fights.
Well, anyway, my win medals in the BJJ tournament like Penne, like a Guapula, what's that Guapula?
Rapper's Quest. Yeah.
I mean, I thought that's pretty impressive.
Mm-hmm.
Use clinch against the cage. I think that's pretty small.
Mm-hmm.
I do know Mai has a weak on the stand. But good top control though. So, weakness here, but also a very powerful strength on the top control. So I don't mind to pick on her.
And I saw her fight against Colleen Schneider. She was doing a lot of clinch. She couldn't really complete the takedown. She actually managed to get the fight to the floor by kicking out Schneider's feet from out on under her, and getting on top there. But Sarah Delalio, she's a finisher. Out of a 4-2 record, 1 win by TKO.
She's a monster. Of course, she's a finisher.
Yeah. And 3 wins by sub. She does have good Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu herself, and her wrestling isn't too bad. Striking, from what I saw in some of her fights, was actually pretty. It was okay. It was okay.
Decent.
Yeah.
But I definitely do afraid her jiu-jitsu. I know she's a finisher and she has a good BJJ. I mean, definitely something I worry of. Again, the reason I take out Vanessa is also because her BJJ, but also because her top control.
Mm-hmm.
Hopefully she get on the top control, maintain, and I mean get there from points. Don't know whether she can do a rear naked choke. Hopefully she doesn't force a rear naked choke again tight and get choked out. So
I think she'll be fine. Man.
I think she'll be fine. Just really maintain top control. I think it should be okay.
Yeah, we'll see how it goes. I think Delalio will be able to handle herself on the ground. I think at this point she probably has a better stand up at this point as well.
Yeah, I know I suggest Vanessa stand with Sarah, but definitely utilize the
Vanessa.
top control. Vanessa, yeah.
Not too.
Yeah. No, I said Vanessa definitely doesn't have an advantage
over Sarah. Oh, okay. Well, next fight after that, we have Leslie Smith versus Kaitlin Young.
Yeah. Who do you got?
I got Kaitlin Young, man. All her she has a 6-fight record. All her wins are by KO or TKO. She's on a 2-fight win streak. Also has a notable head kick finish over Miesha Tate, former Strikeforce champion, in 30 seconds. Gotta go with Kaitlin Young here. I think she's also fought like Gina Carano and some other top female fighters as well. Judy Kedzie, if I'm not mistaken. So yeah, Kaitlin Young.
I go for Kaitlin as well. I mean, I don't like the 6-5 records, but
Leslie Smith has a 3-2 record.
Yeah, so it's not bad compared to the opponent. Plus like you said, all the win by KO TKO. That's pretty impressive.
Yep. Okay, next right after that we have Sally Slick Krumdiack versus Sarah White Tiger Schneider.
White Tiger sounds really cool, but I go for Slick.
Yeah, I'm going with Slick too. With the White Tiger, she's a black belt in American Jiu-Jitsu. That's the thing.
It might be cool, but I don't know
Yeah.
much about American Jiu-Jitsu.
It's the incorporation of, if I'm not mistaken, I could be wrong here. I think it's jiu-jitsu, but with a heavier focus on also the takedown game as well, even utilizing some judo. If I'm not mistaken, I could be wrong here. I know that Jake Shields is a practitioner of American Jiu-Jitsu as well.
That sounds pretty cool.
She does have notable wins over Julie Ketzi and Kaitlin Young, but she's only won 2 of her last 7 fights. I gotta go with Sally Slick Krumdiack here. When I saw her fight, actually, she did have a pretty active guard from the bottom. And the few times I saw her striking, I forget what opponent it was that she was fighting. I'm trying to think right now. But I like that she was actually throwing combinations.
Yeah, definitely.
I always like that. I was like, oh, okay, she's not just throwing one; she's throwing like 1, 2, 3, and it's kind of nice seeing her throw combinations.
You gotta always go for people
That's
who
the thing.
can go with combination. I mean, combination is pretty deadly. I mean, I see people get knocked out by combination before, so I definitely think that's one big strength that she had.
Cool. Well, next right after that, we have Nicdali, the Night Queen, Rivera-Calanoc versus Amy Lil Dynamite Davis.
I'm gonna go for Night Queen. I know she is, saw her fight, she was okay, but 7-5 records, 4 KO, TKO, 3 submission.
3 decisions, bro.
3 decision. I mean, I hope she got 3 submission. Unfortunately, only 3 decision. But you know what? She utilized her clinch. I don't know whether it's gonna work in here, but she utilized the clinch against the cage you a lot, and after cage you punch you and you get knocked out. Hopefully, it works today.
With Amy Lil Dynamite Davis, the fight I saw actually with her was against Makimoto. I was really impressed with what I saw as far as her striking went. Good use of combinations. She checks kicks really well.
Yeah.
She throws kicks really well.
Okay.
And she does have a kickboxing Muay Thai background. Uses combinations. Uses straight punches. I really like a lot of her stand-up. She doesn't have the best record. 2-2-0-1.
But the combination of kicks, that's really annoying.
Yeah. The thing that is annoying actually, with Nicdali, the Night Queen that I saw her against like Felicia Herring and Angela Magana. A lot of what she did was just clinch against a cage, which could stifle Amy Davis. That's the thing.
And that's what I'm going for. Going really stifle Amy and just get her frustrated and hopefully land some punch or something. Hopefully.
Yeah. One thing with the Night Queen, which I found very odd, is she would get him against a cage, but I didn't get the impression she could. She wasn't really
wasn't able to take down the opponents.
Yeah, there's just this. It looks like she couldn't really complete the takedown.
Yeah, I knew you would say that.
That's the thing. It's not like she went for the legs. I mean, she just kind of held the clinch. With the Night Queen, she is trading wins and losses. I think she's coming off a win, so the next one should be a loss.
Whoa. She's a Night Queen, alright? But, again, I know her for...
She has a lot more experience.
I know Amy is coming strong, definitely with a combination, kickboxing and all that scared the hell of me. I go for Night Queen for the stifle, for the clinch. I'm definitely not going for a takedown because I know she probably will have a hard time to take down Amy. I definitely not going.
Possibly. I didn't. I don't know.
I don't know
Amy's grappling. How strong that is. That's the only thing.
Well, her technique, Natalie's technique is gonna go for that clinch you and try to, take you down. It works, sometimes it doesn't, so I really don't, I'm not confident on that, but I'm pretty confident the stifleness, where you are and punch you, I see there's opportunity there.
Yeah. One thing with Davis, the fight I saw with her was the Makimoto fight. She was robbed. I don't know how to say it. She should be like 3-1. Quite honestly, I mean, she was just robbed.
Maybe she got robbed again.
But anyways, I liked what I saw from Amy Davis. Interesting enough, she's 37, but she's still going on strong. That's the thing.
Go Night Queen.
The Night Queen's 26. So that's the thing. So there's the age discrepancy there, but what I saw from Davis, she's really solid. It's like age wasn't really a factor anyway. So I got to go with Davis to win this one.
The Night Queen.
Okay, next fight after that, we have Sarah Maloy versus Michele Diablita Gutierrez.
Well, gotta go for Michele.
Oh, yeah. Dude, I'll go with Gutierrez here, man.
I know 3-2 record. It's not impressive again, but
Sarah Maloy has a 2-2 record.
Exactly. Again, you are fighting with an opponent that doesn't have a lot of impressive record neither. At least we have one more win than the other. 2 KO, TKO, 1 decision. 30 years old doesn't mean anything because, it's pretty good. I mean, she have a really aggressive stand, and I like that.
Well, one thing that I saw about Diablita here that I really liked is really aggressive stand-up where she really pushes forward. And she actually utilizes movement, which I really like. So it's not always just straightforward and straight back, which
she has the power too, man.
She has power. One thing is she trains at One Fight Team, and when you see her fight, she fights kind of like Vanderlei or someone from Shoot the Box.
It's cool.
So it's pretty cool. Maloy, when I saw her fight, Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu was actually pretty good. She was, one thing I really noticed with her takedowns is she was really relentless about trying to take her opponent down, which I do like. And Maloy has 2 wins by sub. There's pretty much like grappler versus striker thing going on in this fight. But I still like Gutierrez to win this one.
Me too.
I like her camp. One Fight Team trains with Vanderlei, and her stand-up is pretty overwhelming.
Definitely. I like you say, push forward, aggressive. Has a power. I mean, not layer. That's very dangerous.
Yeah. Okay. Next right after that, we have Miss Mollie Ahlers-Estes versus MMA newcomer and Olympian bronze medalist Randi Miller.
I'm gonna go for Randi Miller.
You better go for Randi Miller. I don't.
I mean, when you say what was that Olympic level wrestler, why wasn't I go for her?
Yeah. As far as Olympic level grapplers go, you have Ronda Rousey, who's undefeated.
Amazing. And
then you have Sarah McMahon, who's also undefeated.
Amazing.
The other thing that's cool about Sarah McMahon is she hits you watch pro wrestling.
Yeah.
She hits rock bottoms on people, like the Rock's finisher, but in real life, and she's a female.
Pretty cool, man.
Randi Miller, though, I mean, one thing that I'm really liking about her as well is she's trained with Kat Zingano at Zingano Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. Definitely, if you're going to be a wrestler, it's really good to incorporate the Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu as well.
Absolutely.
Really like that.
I like her ground and pounds. It's pretty cool.
Not
her ground and pounds. I just like the, I like her in general. I like the, her take down.
Yeah, I hope to see some ground and pound. It is her
hope
first.
To see some ground and pound.
Yeah.
The fight.
You'd like to see ground and pound is what you meant.
Yeah, that's what I meant.
So,
but again, I think she with her wrestling skill definitely gonna overwhelm.
Yeah,
Mollie here.
I mean, the thing is, it's one of those things where it's like you have someone that's probably been training wrestling. And she's still pretty young, 28. She's been training wrestling like her whole life, pretty much. Versus it's just one of those things where it's like no matter how much you can train, I don't know if you can really defend a takedown. I mean, it's just one of those things. You know what I mean?
When you talk about Olympic level, again, you can always pose the question. Well, it's Olympic level wrestling is not really useful on the MMA.
Huh? What do you mean? Man?
Exactly. You know,
Yeah.
That kind of saying is not gonna be any useful for something doing assumption here, because you know why, we see two amazing Olympic level wrestlers and they kick butt, and I think this is another one.
Yep. Cool.
I definitely want to see. Hopefully, she'll bust us some ground and pound, and I'll be saying, oh.
Yeah, it's really cool. Randi Miller, definitely a prospect to look out for. She fights at 145 though, which I don't know how many challengers she can get. So that's my only thing that I'm worried about. Hopefully, Shannon Knapp can find some more 145ers for her to fight.
You better, man. You better, man. This is another.
Madam, I don't know.
Madam.
Just kidding.
I mean, I think there's money here. I mean, if she can bust out the same thing with the other two, then there's money.
Yeah. Now, we got a lot of prospects here. Next one after that, we have Ashleigh Cummins versus Sofia Bagherdai.
I like Ashleigh. I mean, Ashley's great, but I pick Sofia.
You're going with Sofia, huh?
I'm gonna go with my guts here. Well, it's not really my guts, but I think Sofia, 4-1 records, 2 KO, TKO, 2 decision.
Mm-hmm.
I like her kicks.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, again, and like I mentioned before, I love combination. Every time you see a fighter have a combination, that's the first thing I look at.
Mm-hmm.
I like a combination. I like people who can wrestle. I like people who can have a BJJ. But if you have a good combination and you really aggressive, that's what I'm really looking for. And she has that. She definitely has a good combination, with a really nice kick. That's really cool. Have some noble wins. With a Michele, what's her name?
Michele Old.
Nice noble win. So I don't know. I know your Ashleigh has pretty amazing, good takedown, good ground and pound. Hopefully she doesn't use it. Good boxing, but I just feel like Sofia's kick might do something.
I actually liked what I saw. I'm going with the Ashleigh, by the way, but I've liked what I've seen from Sofia. When she uses combinations, like going back to the kick thing, she actually ends a lot of her combinations with kicks, which actually awesome. I do like. Straight up in Millennium MMA, and that's a 4-1 record, so she's pretty solid. But Ashleigh, as far as prospects go here, I mean, she's actually one of the other prospects besides Randi Miller. I'd watch out for Ashleigh Cummins, honestly.
I know. I see the reason being. I agree with you.
Got a 2-0 undefeated record. She had an 8-0 amateur MMA record. She's only 24. One thing I really like about her, I saw her, I think it was in NAFs. She was against, I want to say it's like Stephanie Frausto, but I'm not too sure. But in her last fight that I saw her in, her boxing's actually pretty solid. It's actually pretty sharp, considering how little fight she had. She's only had like 10 total fights, but 2 like pro MMA bouts. But then she'd go for a takedown, and it was actually she had some pretty good takedowns. I was really impressed with her just overall well-roundedness. When she took to the fight to the ground and pound. It was just she's still young, only 24. Definitely Randi Miller's like gonna be one to as far as prospects go. A lot of people are probably gonna look out for her. Because, Olympic level wrestling and whatnot. And you should. I will.
You should, I will.
But, but Sofia's not bad. I liked what I saw from her.
You just say I should expect Sofia every single way, man. It pisses me off, man.
But the fact of the matter is, I was greatly impressed with Ashleigh Cummins from what I saw from her.
I mean,
she came off pretty well-rounded. I got to go with Ashleigh Cummins to win this one.
I mean, whatever you just say, it's definitely correct, and I think a lot too. Only reason I pick a different fighter just because the combination of kicks, and hopefully that really gonna show up. Cool.
Well, and final fight of the card, we have Jessica Philippus versus Meghan the Babe Wright.
Jessica, dude.
Yeah, the thing with Jessica, I mean, this is her first pro MMA bout, but she was 6-1 as an amateur. And as an amateur, she was winning most of her fights by submission. With Wright, 1-3 record, Her only win too is by a disqualification.
Yeah.
She has a loss by TK and 2 losses by sub. So she's never actually been. She's always been finished in the first round, and her sub win was actually in the first round.
Yeah.
I just can't. I can't speak too highly about her, to be perfectly honest with you. I gotta go with Jessica Philippus to win this one.
Absolutely.
Okay, let's run down, man. Okay,
All
wait.
right.
Okay, I'll say it with the nicknames too. Okay, Marloes, Romina Coenen is gonna fight Romy Ruyssen.
Romy Ruyssen.
Okay, I got Marloes Coenen. Okay, Jessica Penne is gonna fight Lisa Ellis-Ward.
Lisa.
Okay, I got Penne. Okay, Liz Gorilla Carmouche is gonna fight Ashleigh Curry.
How can you not pick a gorilla?
Yep, got the gorilla there. Or girl-rilla. Okay. Sarah the Monster Delalio is gonna fight Vanessa Mariscal.
Vanessa for me.
Okay, I got Sarah Delalio. Okay. Then we got Leslie Smith versus Kaitlin Young.
Gotta go for Caitlyn Young.
Yep, Kaitlin Young there. Okay. Next right after that, Sally Slick Krumdiack versus Sarah White Tiger Schneider.
It's so slick. I'm gonna pick her.
I got Sally Slick as well. We got Nicdali, the Night Queen Rivera-Calanoc versus Amy Lil Dynamite Davis. Say that 5 times fast.
I mean, Night Queen for the clinch. Hopefully, knocked out. Hopefully.
Okay, I got Amy Davis in that one. Okay, next fight after that, we have Sarah Maloy versus Michele Diablita Gutierrez.
Diablita.
Yep, Gutierrez there. Okay, then we got Miss Mollie Ahlers-Estes versus Randi Miller.
Randi Miller, Olympic level wrestler.
Randi Miller there. Okay, we got Ashleigh Cummins versus Sofia Bagherdai.
Kind of want to change pay, but I still go for Sofia.
Okay, I got Ashleigh. And Jessica Philippus is going to fight Meghan the Babe Wright.
Jessica.
Yep, Jessica Philippus there. So, yeah, very interesting card. I like I said, I couldn't find too much fights about him.
Mm-hmm.
But, I can only base these predictions, or we can only base these predictions based on what we saw. How they're doing in the gym, how much improvement. We'll never know until April 28th. So make sure to check this card out. Support female MMA on www.invictafc.com. If you have any comments, leave them below. You got anything to say, Dave?
Nothing much. Just let's talk about what's your pick on our, conversation.
Cool. That's pretty much it for MMA for you. Thank you guys very much.